Cesar Millan is joining us now from his new show, 911, premiering tonight at 9 p.m. on Nat Geo WILD. Good morning. Good to talk to you again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
So what color is the dress?
What dress?
Oh,
good job.
You're so busy training dogs that you haven't. You got to go online and figure out what everybody's freaking out over what color the dress is. You'll see it. Tell us about this new show.
Well, you know, this new show is about the community, the family members actually jumping into trying to help. And so it's not the owners who called me this time. It's actually the community. That's what we're calling them, the whistleblowers, which adds a challenge for us because the owners don't know I'm coming. And often people are not willing to just welcome you into their house, even though my goal is to help them, even though everybody else wants the best, because they feel betrayed sometimes, or sometimes they feel like they don't have a problem. But the whole entire community is already afraid. That's what it is. It's a 911 situation.
How legit is your show? And I ask you this question because I think as adults now, 10, 15 years into the reality show phenomenon, we understand there's a certain amount of scripting, a certain amount of producing that goes into amping up the best moments. We just figured out that Pimp My Ride turned out to not be true. But the stuff that we see on the screen with your show, is it true? I mean, is it amped up, or is it as close to reality?
You know, when you work with dogs, they don't know how to fake a bite. You know, it's a bite.
That's true.
They don't know how to fake a fear. They don't know how to fake anxiety. That is really real. When you work with animals, you get reality. This is not trained dogs. This is dogs that have problems. This is people that have no understanding how to handle a situation. And this is people that have lived with this situation for a long time. So they actually develop bad habits. And so, you know, normally television creates instability, you know, like The Real Housewife, they love to create instability. I actually remove instability from people's life. That's real.
Man, we could have used you in the first 8 minutes of this show. What else happens? What else happens on Cesar 911?
You know, the new episode, the new show, I mean, we coming in very strong with, I want to showcase that the dog just has a problem, but where the problem come from. So in this new episode, the couple is having a marital problem. The husband wants to shoot the dog because the dog bit the kid 3 times. Oh. The wife say, no, if you do that, I divorce you. In the meantime, the dogs are attacking the horses, so they're about to lose the business. So it's a lot of layers. It's a lot of, you know, chaos that is happening before we even think about the dog. So I want to show that to the world, you know, that it's not the dog that we have a problem, it's our communication, it's our agreement. It's if the dog is in an environment that is chaotic, what do you expect the dog to become?
Yeah, good point. Deena, co-host, has a question.
I have a question for you about my dog. She is a English setter. She jumps up and eats food off the counter every day. What do you suggest?
English setter, meaning
Yes.
a sporting dog, a hunting dog. How often this dog gets their needs met, meaning some kind of activity outside the house where this ability gets to be challenged.
I see. So we need to walk her once in a while?
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people get dogs for companionship purposes and just to come home and so a wagging tail. But the dog has its own needs. As you have a job and the dog doesn't have a job. So the job becomes every time I smell food, I'm going to go get it. It's a very challenging thing. Plus, you know, my parents or my owners or my humans, they don't really challenge me.
I see.
And every time I smell food, everybody jumps, everybody screams. So I bring attention to people.
Right.
And so people say, my dog has a problem. No, the problem is the dog is not being challenged. You have to redirect that energy.
That's interesting.
Yes,
I like that.
I train people and rehabilitate dogs.
Yeah. Well done, well played. All right. The show's at 9 p.m. tonight, Nat Geo WILD. Thank you, sir.
That was good.
That's
what
interesting.
He said.
Yeah.
You got to give the dog a chore or a job.
She needs a job. I got to get my dog a job.
Yeah, get him doing something.
She feels because she is a sporting dog, so she feels like she just lays around all day, and so then she sees the loaf of bread. Libby.
You should go home and say to Libby, do your job.
Do your job.
Job.